Alright, here we go. Both teams seem to be ready for the knife round. Demos are recorded. I'm starting recording. Knife round is now live. Alright, okay, so 3 recons on Sanjuro DC's team. Jiggleforce also on recon apart from Zephyr, I think that is. Yeah. Afro and Crystalline taken down too. There's not even been a team kill yet. Doesn't look like there is going to be. Afro now facing it out with third. He's on 11 HP. One more hit.
Unmuted and unmuted.
Okay, so the knife round is now live.
So far, it looks like Spader has been killed, and it's down to
Yeah.
third.
Afro getting it out, takes down Jiggleforce third with pretty brutally. Knife round then now going to
Afro's team. They'll get to decide what team they'd like to pick, NSF or Jinrai. There's no real in any of the things so much as where you start and what color scheme you'll be using.
yeah.
It's more of an aesthetic choice.
So Afro's chosen NSF.
Right. And
That's the layout going up. Should have a fancy overlay. And now that's been decided. There'll be a restart and the match will go live.
I'm thinking at this point it might just be easier to call in a replacement who won't disconnect every 10 seconds. I don't know what's going on with his team, but this is delaying the round a bit. Third, as usual, carefree self.
So, Ninja will need to start recording again.
Aye. Then they'll, map's gonna be reset, and the match will start proper.
So we're just looking for third to sort out his team with what's going on. I have no idea what third's team is doing. It's
I don't know either.
pretty baffling.
Yeah.
I mean, Rene's trying to be as patient as possible, but
No,
in any other tournament,
everyone's patient.
in any
He
other
would have been
tournament,
gone by now.
He'd been disqualified by this point, driving the match to be 25 minutes late, if not more. Half an hour now.
Yep. Alright.
So, match isn't live right now. Just gonna
Keep waiting.
keep waiting. Jiggleforce to decide what's up.
We need glove.
Sanjuro DC being pretty bloodthirsty. I guess they're
I
bored
would
of
be
waiting
too.
as well. They've been ready since the server was up at 11.
It's getting late.
Pretty keen team. Okay. So now Jiggleforce is finally ready. Sanjuro DC ready.
The map will be reset as soon as Afro's team. There we go. And then the match will be starting.
Okay, here we go. Restarting in 3, 2, 1.
Alright, from the looks of it,
Sanjuro DC starting
Jiggleforce.
south.
Mhm.
And
Jiggleforce has a team makeup of 2 assaults and 1 support.
which is also for Sanjuro DC they have 1 support as well, which will be good to counter Jiggleforce's support, but Crystalline as always has gone recon. Afro will be coordinating as assault.
Which is his preferred class. Crystalline taking West Alley right away, setting up a campus position. Meanwhile, Jiggleforce seems to be...
Jiggleforce haven't yet even left their spawn. 2 of their players staying right back in the corner, which is pretty
very odd choice.
odd play. Crystalline taken West Alley already, the main part of the map where the fighting goes on. Jiggleforce still not leaving their spawn. This is some pretty unsporting play right here.
1 grenade will take out 2 of Jiggleforce's members.
Yep. Sanjuro DC just need to make sure they check their corners, which will be adamant for Crystalline, as he's most likely going to be the first in. But here we go, silence on Oil Stain. Small map, never normally this quiet in pub play, no matter how many players you have. Obviously things are a lot more
Alright.
tense.
Jiggleforce is moving up to the rec room.
Maybe Jiggleforce were anticipating
Maybe.
some kind of rush, but they weren't getting one. They're moving very slowly out of their spawn.
Crystalline is staying put in West. He's not going to move
Yeah,
until he sees some action.
Spade has taken the wise choice of claiming East Alley now as well.
Afro's team doesn't normally split up in their matches, which I've noticed has been one reason they've been winning a lot, because they've been able to cover each other. So this is a very odd choice. But I suppose it makes sense given the map.
Third still staying firmly in his own spawn. The ghost position right now is closer to NSF. There's fire coming from as they are silenced. Not quite sure where. Yeah, third has moved up towards West Alley now, where Crystalline is waiting for him. He's got a nade ready, but Crystalline should be in sufficient cover right now.
Crystalline's weapon is not the most accurate, even at a medium range. So firing through that gap might cause trouble for him.
Not sure what Jiggleforce's support is covering their spawn for. He's not really doing much back there. Spader now.
He's also
moving
got
up.
He's got a very odd weapon choice with the M41 unsilenced. Not the best weapon for this kind of close quarters map, given the rate of fire and low damage output.
So Spader now looking into their spawn just about. Crystalline's fidgeting in West Alley, looking for a
11
chance
seconds,
to move out.
and the first round might actually be a tie. It's because both teams are not willing to commit. And first round is a tie, 0-0.
To be honest, Sanjuro DC at that point moved right up to their spawn and were covering most exits. Now it's all about the post-match points. Will any of them get any?
Spader might be able to get one. Nope.
Doesn't look like. So no points even gained on the first round. Really odd first round. Sanjuro DC covered all their exits to their spawn, but they clearly hadn't left it at the Jiggleforce.
Team makeup appears to be the same on NSF.
We'll see what Jiggleforce does from south.
Jiggleforce is the same. Jiggleforce's support continuing to use the M41 unsilenced. I am not sure what he's thinking he's going to do with that.
Alright, third pick falls back. He'll be using that to call out the positions of Sanjuro DC.
Third is a pretty decent ghost user, though he has some issues with being specific about locations at times.
Afro moved up to
Crystalline.
mid, covering that area. Crystalline in west. I have a feeling that Afro's designated him that position. Being able to get there first is recon. Means he can claim it straight away.
Spader is covering East Alley, which is a pretty... Given that bit of lighting right behind it will shadow it's cloaked, even in his support vision.
With third having that ghost, he should be able to highlight to his team when Sanjuro DC approach their spawn.
I'm not sure what third's team is thinking though, just camping spawn for the past 2 rounds.
I don't know, third has some really odd habits and can be a pretty frustrating player to play against. He doesn't seem to...
Yeah. He doesn't play like you'd expect him to play. Although in this instance, I'm not sure what he's really hoping to accomplish.
He'll just be
having the ghost is a...
positions of the enemy team, but it's...
Having the ghost is a real advantage, but in this case, it really isn't. Because even though you can lock down a location and prepare people, you're still visible on the map. And it's pretty much a given that if you're holding the ghost, your team's with you. So there's little chance of you being flanked.
Spader's moving up. He's easily in range of the ghost at this point and wary, and he'll have to be wary when moving up any further. Afro taking over his position in east.
Afro gets a few shots in.
Yeah, he got a few shots off on third with the ghost, putting him down to 40 HP. Third now left weaponless as his weapon will have despawned after he picked up the ghost.
Spader tossing a couple of smoke grenades, obscuring the enemy's sight.
It was a pretty quick move by the Afro there to swap positions with Spader.
Good call. Still had not moved an inch, continuing to camp West Alley. We do need a new name for that location. It's not really much of an alley.
I guess.
The calorie mate.
Crystalline now moved out of West Alley towards the cargo containers at the end. So all...
Second round, another tie.
Yeah. Sanjuro DC once again at the gates of Jiggleforce's spawn. But Jiggleforce still just sitting there, really doing much. And there's a post-round match. There we go.
2 post-round points.
That'll certainly help progress things a little bit, but I doubt...
It's not going to help much. They haven't unlocked the next rank.
Sanjuro DC
it still gives them
had a good show of strength, at least, which might dissuade the Jiggleforce team from doing the same thing again. If they do get attacked, they might not be able to withstand all 3 of the Sanjuro DC players.
Third grabbing the ghost again, moving it back.
Yeah, moving it straight back.
Third support has decided to pick up the Super 7, which is the pump-action shotgun in NeoTokyo. Oh, they have 2 supports now. So Jiggleforce is rolling with 1 assault and 2 supports. Not exactly the best makeup when you're up against a team like Afro's.
Yeah, Afro's team doing the same thing again, holding 2 of the 3 choke points, not really bothering with the East Alley. Crystalline holding west, Afro in the middle, and Spader now moving around to east. Pretty much the exact same movement as the last time they spawned on this side.
Third, keeping his weapon this time, making sure it doesn't despawn.
Yeah.
Which is a smart decision. One that few ghost carriers decide to do. Spader moving up in East Alley. Afro keeping an eye on mid. Crystalline still camping west. There's really not that much to commentate on, I'm afraid. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. This is hugely odd play, but I've seen Third do this before, even on pub matches. He seems sad enough to find some kind of weird enjoyment from playing like this.
Sad.
I mean, if it
Minute
worked,
left on the
if it
clock.
worked, I wouldn't criticise it. If he had taken a lead at some point and this was working, but there's literally nothing happening. It's neither a good tactic or it's a bad tactic. It's just nothing.
Yeah. Afro tossing.
And here we go, Sanjuro DC at the gates of the Jinrai spawn now. A bit sooner this time, but with only still 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds, and looks like third's covering Spader's point of entry. Spader might get taken out here. We cannot tell though. Nope, he spotted him first. Spader down to 15, but third is down to 7. Either way, one shot should kill either,
Yeah,
depending on the
Third's
placement.
retreated right back into his own spawn, not moving out.
I don't think there may be no post-round points on this one. No, because Chris isn't moving, and he could have easily scored some kills there.
Chris looks like he's going to move in
Oh,
now,
he's moving in.
but
No, he's sitting. He's not going to move.
this is a good idea.
So, if there's 7 ties, do we win?
Spectators win by default.
Perfect.
So all three of Jiggleforce going with 2 supports. As I was going to
2
say,
supports, 1 assault.
Sanjuro DC really don't want to give any post-round points to Jiggleforce because Jiggleforce with their 2 supports will be the team first to get
Aye.
an MX with their support unlocking it at core.
MX is a real balancing weapon. It can take out pretty much anything in a few shots, depending on placement. And it really doesn't require that much skill to use.
So Spader moving up East Alley, picking the ZR carbine, much more dependable than any of the other support starter weapons, if not as good as the ZR silenced, which is unavailable to him. Sanjuro DC Afro, picking the ZR silenced, possibly his favourite weapon, definitely the one he's got the most kills with. Crystalline, swearing by the SRM as ever, doesn't even use the cheat scope when he gets the opportunity to use it. Whereas the 2 supports are using different weapons.
The Super 7's a pretty good weapon for
can be
early
a good
access.
weapon. Yeah, it's
pretty finicky,
yeah,
is the main issue with it.
it's difficult to depend on it too much because it does have a penchant to really let you down.
Aye. Surefire kills are pretty much up close and personal, which in NeoTokyo can lead to instant death for either party.
Spader's not messed around this map really, moved right up to the Jinrai spawn.
He's made ground. Crystalline has actually left West Alley and is now in the shipping boxes.
Yeah, there's no real
At the
point in
entrance.
holding any of these positions when the other team's refusing to move out of their own spawn. You've just got to treat this like a shooting gallery. If any of the Jinrai team try to move out of their spawn, they need to get gunned down quick by the NSF team.
NSF having the option to take the Ghost and use it against Jinrai, but choosing not to.
Yeah. Jerry saying that he wants to see some. If the NSF team can just pop a nade into their spawn, like who knows how many kills like that. Sanjuro DC
You'll be seeing
Spader
gates.
moves in, taking no damage and dealing a fair bit of damage to one of their supports. This has really spooked the Jinrai team now.
I really can't tell who any players are aside from
Spooked them
third
enough to-
because of the names.
Yeah, it spooked them enough to bunch up a little into the elevator on their spawn.
Oh, that's a bad move.
Okay, they've moved out.
Spader.
Spader's
Moving up
tired.
on the west side.
You can kind of tell that Spader's got a bit tired of what Jinrai are doing, and he's a pretty aggressive player himself.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good with the recon. I'm surprised at his choice of support.
2 recons might be a bit too many. Crystalline's not going to play any other
True.
class. Spader moves in now. Another
Another
tie.
tie.
Almost a kill. This is where it gets really intense.
Spader getting in one more post round. Ooh! Quick shot from the super taking down. Spader and the other. I really need to learn that name.
Round
Who's
5.
that?
5 out of 13 rounds have passed, and not a single kill has been gotten in-game, and not a single round has been won.
This is generally not how things work, ladies and gentlemen.
This is an insult to my favourite map.
I wonder why Third picked us. Simply because he can camp the spawns easily?
Because you can stay in spawn. I mean, other maps in which you can do that are transit. Transit's really good for just doing that.
Aye, especially with supports.
If there was some kind of like territory holding objective, this kind of thing might not happen, but with it being a capture objective, by staying in spawn, they're also depriving them of a cap.
Aye.
But it's gotten really quite dangerous now, with so many ties in and so many rounds in and not a single win. You don't want to lose a round at this point. You want to win a round and just play it safe, maybe. And Sanjuro are looking for a win. Spader now moving up slowly towards the office. Always the first in, pretty good idea.
Crystalline moving up from west. Possibly going to peek in a rec room, but that might end up wrecking him. Do you like that pun?
two.
I did.
Two of them in the rec room, aren't there? No.
Yeah, no, he moved out. The one on water cooler moved out. He's covering the back corner, which I'm not sure why, because Third's got that covered with a far better position.
NSF now.
Because
Closer, they might be able to work something from this small side.
if Afro were to toss a frag against the wall and ricochet, he could probably take out that.
I was thinking the same thing.
That's generally what I do, because there's almost always someone camping that.
He just needs to pop a nade in and see what that gets him. Is better than nothing, but the trouble with moving up as well is that he might get caught trying to turn tail and run after popping a nade.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Afro is playing right now, because he's usually more aggressive while remaining semi-defensive. Oh. Chris might be peeking in.
Getting a bit twitchy there.
He's getting antsy.
Yeah.
He wants his kills. He knows his teammates are outdoing him. Oh, cloak.
Spader inside their spawn now. He's managed to get... They might not suspect this. This could actually be a flank from inside their own spawn.
Once again, Spader spots Third before Third spots him. One frag out.
Oh, that is
taking
a
down one of
beautiful nade
Jiggleforce
by Afro.
Third is
That's it.
now
That's
wasted
the
his
first
frag,
kill.
and he is down to 16 HP.
All of the NSF team on full health. That gives NSF a
Ooh.
win. There we go. Good job, NSF.
Spader's now Corporal, which means he has access max, which will be a huge deal breaker.
Yeah. So
And there
good.
you see the Supa failing in its design purpose of taking out recons.
Even though there's no recons, but it's certainly for support. It's a much better option than the ZR Carbine.
Aye.
Here we go. Same class setups, except this time Spader with an MX. Same class setups once again for Jinrai as well.
Coma style.
Okay, so Jiggleforce have moved out. They've been forced to play aggressively. Finally, we might see a pickup of pace. They're moving through basement. I just hope that Afro catches on to this and doesn't throw himself into the team. Although
Given their current location, a single frag would take out all three. Because the general reaction to a frag being thrown is to either run the opposite direction or try and run away. And in their case, the easiest location to run away would be back underground.
Alright, okay, Spader now moving up through the mid with his MX. Looking towards the basement exit. Keeping eyes on it. He's now heading towards the
That's a good move.
ghost. Afro holding mid once again with the long range capability of the ZR silenced. And Crystal.
I'm not quite sure what Crystalline's hoping to accomplish here by
It's just-
sitting there.
If Third's team was playing in a way that wasn't so odd, it would be a good tactic to make Crystalline push and claim West Alley first, just to have that territory. But because Jiggleforce team are playing so passively, they're giving NSF all the territory of the map, and are just doing a sort of last stand tactic in a well-guarded position.
Right. Right now, Afro's team is likely expecting them to be camping spawns, so that does give Jiggleforce a slight advantage. However, if Afro's team grabs a ghost, they could easily hold.
Yeah, they might be working off assumptions right here and thinking that they're still in spawn. Although Spade is stood right next to the ghost now, we'll see if Afro gives the command to pick it up.
Oh.
Nade out. Does it catch Afro? Afro dodges that nade, fortunately.
Down to 40 HP. His nade clipped. Actually, I think might have did bullet damage.
Spade is suppressing fire. Gets third with that suppressing fire. Throws out a
All they need to do now is sit out and wait, and they'll win another round by default. So it is 2v3.
NSF have forced Jinrai's hand, and it's not working out for them. Spade working on that, suppressing fire with the MX. Volume and rate of fire really quite dissuading.
Mm-hmm. It's not all that accurate, which is one of the sides of it, but the power and the rate of fire make up for it.
Okay, so 2 lone supports didn't really push out, and that's a second win for NSF. 2 rounds in a row now. This is good. This is at least a change of pace, if a slight change of pace.
Round 7, 0-2.
Not seen a match like this in the tournament yet. This is something completely new. Something you rarely see in pub play either. Alright, Crystalline moves out. Takes West Alley. Jinrai team moving out now as well. Third moved into the mid.
Spader moving into West Alley. I guess he's thinking they'll cut him off if they decide to move.
All 3 of Jinrai now in mid, on their spawn side.
My. Afro may get a few kills if he can use looking in the right direction.
Yeah.
Jiggleforce is in a very odd position right now, because if someone were to come into East Alley, per se,
They're spectacular.
they could easily flank.
And what Jerry's been saying about grenades, just really want to see
some giblets
to catch them out. But that's going to be down to Afro, as neither of his teammates have access to them. Spade has fallen back into his own spawn and he's heading east again to claim that as normal.
Yeah. Spader might be able to catch them out. Oh! First engagement with third and Afro.
Third throwing grenades towards where I think Afro might be, but not catching him. Third
about to take out Spader. Ooh. Third, just barely taking out Spader, but Afro taking out third right away. So it's 2-2.
The 2 supports now on their team. Now this will reveal to the Sanjuro DC team what setup Jinrai are using now. If they spot these 2 supports here, they'll know what they're dealing with, because they've barely seen much of their enemy so far. But it's 2 for 2 right now, and if this carries on the way it is, that'll be a tie, working again in NSF's favour, pushing on the rounds.
I can't imagine what's going through Crystalline's head, having to sit in that alley all day.
He's probably happy with it.
He probably is.
Has he got a deck pack yet?
No, he's still private.
Once he gets a deck pack, he'll be happy.
One more kill though, and he'll be or one more point rather.
Yeah, it's just winning this round if they do that. which will also get him a single point he doesn't necessarily have to kill.
Oh dear.
Smoke out on Crystalline's position. He's doing it. He should really move out at this point. He won't be able to see them, but they'll
Firing
be
a few
able to
rounds, probably to draw them in,
see. Yeah.
and falling back.
And he relays that information to his team as he falls back and lets his teammate know. But both of them now falling back. Yeah. There was no point in throwing a life away at that late stage in the round.
If, actually, if Chris had hid behind the calorie mate sign, he likely could have caught. But no point risking it. No change in the makeup.
Oh, same old, same old.
Oh, wait, yes there is. Jiggleforce now with 2 assaults and 1 a support.
Alright.
Jiggleforce is moving up to West Alley.
This might signify some more aggressive play. We've now
I wouldn't count on it.
I guess I'm being hopeful.
Yeah, we all are. However, they do have control of mid at the moment. Afro easily able to take out any.
Yep, hiding next to that dinky little car. Spader and Crystalline sticking together.
Afro may be able to get 2 shots off here. Likely going to be able to. Actually, Afro might get cut out from East Alley. Third moving up to East Alley. Pulling back a bit. Oh. He can see Crystalline. But so can Crystalline.
Yeah. Nade almost catched him off guard if he wasn't behind that pillar there. SRM a bit too short range to engage him in East Alley. I'm not quite sure about the thinking of sending Crystalline to East Alley. It's a really weak place for a recon to be.
I suppose they figure the sheer volume of fire from the SRM will hold anyone back. But in that case you want accuracy, not rate of fire. Single frag from Afro would easily take out both of the Jiggleforce members hiding in the shipping crates.
Yeah, if he moves over to his left on that car, they're both stuck together in the crates.
That would expose him to both fire.
Grenade out to Spader's position, not really doing much. They're aware of Spader being in West Alley after he's smoking small bursts of fire. Crystalline just needs his 1 point and then some debts might really work for him. Another explosive for the NSF team would be handy. But while Jinrai still have a support on their team, it's probably best for Spader to stay support as well.
Afro taking some fire.
It was Crystalline then who took a shotgun fire from across the
was it Crystal?
Yeah, but he did get hit because it was way too far away. But that, of course, revealed Jinrai's position.
Afro and Spader have pulled back from West Alley. An odd choice. I guess they figured they might get cocky and move in, but
there's no point dying at 5-10 seconds left. So that second round, another tie.
How many more ties we got before we just call it a default win for NSF?
Jerry calling it to get more aggressive. I really hope. I'm holding out hope. Because this is difficult to commentate without repeating yourself, because the rounds are just playing exactly the same.
And Afro's now in middle.
Yeah. Afro's going to maintain holding middle with his ZR silenced. Because he's just got the best weapon on that team, really. Well, the great
Afro's team
debate
is
between the MS
not spawned in yet. NSF team has actually swapped out for 2 assaults and 1 recon.
Alright, so maybe we might see some nade play now from Spader. He's a bit more aggressive than Afro. He also might trip himself up.
Third, using an SRM, odd choice.
Yeah, if he's playing defensively, surely you wouldn't pick an SRM. This can only really mean that he does want to push up now. Because they're losing, and they can't keep tying like this. They're gonna have to do something.
Every member of both teams, 100 HP, no damage. This is the quietest I've ever seen this map.
It was kind of similar. Last tournament match it played kind of similarly as well. Third goes down to Afro. This gives them the lead again in terms of players, but we still yet to see a team wipe on either team. Now, Jinrai being left captainless. Third in spectator can still talk to his team, but he's been blinded, so he can't see the goings on in the map. So he can only really advise his team from this point onwards. And if I was third, I'd call his team to push in, because at this point, advising them to stay put will just result in a loss. At least if you advise them to push out, something might happen. One of them could get something to work. Spade has seen targets down in mid, firing straight north. Giving Jiggleforce a little bit of damage. Take off. He's down to half his HP. I think that's Zephyr.
They're dead. Once again, all NSF has to do is camp it out and they'll win. This is likely the most unavoidable.
Yeah, I'm playing on Transit tomorrow, and as I mentioned earlier, Transit can get really passive. And want to know who I'm playing against? Playing against
Third.
Baka. So,
And he's notorious camper.
but I don't know. That's if his team turns up. He's not really relayed anything to his team, as far as I can see. That's another win. 3-0 up now. To Sanjuro DC.
Everyone on NT team is now a corporal, with the exception of Spader, who is sergeant.
That means he gets an
He
MX as assault. We'll see if he picks it. The great debate between the ZR Silence and the MX.
Oh,
He's reverted back to support. That's fair enough.
Jiggleforce is now an even matchup of 1 assault, 1 recon.
Okay, so Third's been given a shotgun now. Hopefully we'll see him do something pretty crazy with this. Nope. He just takes up a position in basement. No shotgun rush for you guys. Would have been nice to see.
Sorry, guys. No fun allowed.
Not on Jiggleforce.
I need someone to. No, not Jiggleforce. Jiggleforce is anti-fun. Sorry, guys. No fun.
Right, so Crystalline's got a deck pack now, but he's creeping out to put it down. Just cementing his
marking his territory.
Yeah. Spader now switch places with Afro for watching mid. Afro going down into east, which might be a good job with that long-range capability of the ZR Silenced. Looking at the Ghost. But Jiggleforce, they're not bothered for moving out. They're playing like they normally do. Some weird hope that things might change and they might somehow get 4 points and win.
I don't mind saying, I hope Afro wins.
I'm gonna remain somewhat impartial, because if Third does win somehow, at this point the way they're playing is gonna take some kind of miracle, or Sanjuro DC to just get stupid and go fuck it, let's just rush. But
I would have said fuck it after the second round.
if I was in Third's position now, and I'd played like this for the whole map, I was losing, I'd advise full recon rush. Just, why not?
Spader choosing not to move up under the MX suppressive fire, which is an odd choice because with an MX you can easily pre-fire around a corner and take anybody.
Yeah.
Afro has an easy line of sight on that hallway, so he may get a few shots off here. Oh! Crystalline taking down third.
That shotgun not working out for him.
Third, what just happened?
It's the super. Like, it's not dependable. SRM does the exact same job. It fails in the same
Afro
niche.
getting taken down post round. Jin right now has at least one corporal.
Yeah,
What?
NSF wins 4-0.
And that's the match, everyone. Sorry for it being so boring and late.
Yeah.
Afro, having words to say. Actually, should we get him in here for a post match?
I think we should.
Let's do it.
Oh man, that was
Third.
quite nerve-wracking.
Third. Post match. Get in.
You want us?
I want you.
Oh,
Afro.
it's better.
No, I want post match. Post match and mumble.
Yeah, so hopefully.
We're gonna have an in-depth private interview, only here on NT exclusive.
And we can grill third
Africa Zero
on
entered
exactly
channel.
what the hell he was thinking.
Well, that was fucking boring. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea what third was thinking.
I could have spent the entire map masturbating. It wouldn't have made a fucking difference.
I did. Spend the whole match masturbating.
That's what we just live streamed.
Yeah, Jesus. I
We
hope
got a lot
you
of
enjoyed
viewers
it,
from it.
Enron, because I fucking didn't.
No, it was frustrating to commentate because we were just repeating
Okay.
ourselves.
In your
I mean,
there
position,
was
I would have
nothing
rushed
new
after
happening.
the first time of that bullshit.
Yeah.
Third could have. I was saying as that last round came about, he could have just told his team to go full recon and rushed. It would have made more difference than just doing the same thing again, like in some weird hope that you'd throw yourselves into them with it being the last round.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I mean, I feel bad for playing a fucking boring game, but I'm not gonna play stupidly either.
You did well for what you were up against.
Yeah, I mean, it was one thing to see Third's team camp when at least we didn't have to cope with, on top of that, your team doing the same thing. Each time you were banging on the gates of their spawn, waiting for their team to do something stupid. If you'd have pushed in, it would have just been
Capital
a shooting
entered channel.
gallery.
What's up?
We probably would have won every straight up fight if we just rushed in, but there's no need to throw the dice on it.
Yeah, that's true.
His team, like early on, I don't know why, but their support was using an M41L, or not L, unsilenced. I'm not sure what he was thinking that early 2 rounds.
Well, it's probably
Yeah.
because he was playing so passively. It was just.
I honestly,
This, I mean, honestly, I don't have much to talk about. I mean,
I couldn't believe they were all in that small glass room. I think that was the first round we actually won.
Yeah, I
the
threw a
round.
grenade in
They
it.
were all
that
in
was
the
that
same
grenade was
tiny
really
room.
nice, but
The same tiny room. I couldn't believe it.
Third might be
They were
going
there
soon, so we
the
can grill him on what
I
he's
mean,
thinking.
I mean, that's just stupid. Sitting in the fucking room.
Yeah, I kept pushing each corner expecting to get
Yeah.
fired by some guy, barely leaning around it, and there was no one. And then I see movement through the glass. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Are they in
you spotted
there?
him twice. You spotted him twice before he saw
Yeah.
you, and he should have seen you.
I-
He's been camping.
It
For
was-
after every corner, I went like, all right, they're not in the fucking glass room, are they? And then when he leaned around the last one, I just went, oh no, they're in the fucking glass room.
It was pretty cool to see Spader the first to push into their spawn. I mean, picking a support and sending him in first is a pretty good idea to get beats on their position.
Entered channel.
Yeah, I sent them around every corner, pretty much.
Is
Jesus fucking Christ, third.
How
What
was,
do you have to say in your defense?
that- Yeah, third, come on.
please explain your logic.
Is he just gonna stay in silence?
He should.
I think
He should
we
be
should
shamed.
have a minute of silence.
For what? All the people died waiting and watching?
How many people were watching?
There was 9 people, but we started off with about 15, and then we lost about 6 or 7.
I'm sad that
third.
we had 9 people watching at the end, really.
I was like, Jerry was talking to me on Steam and in the chat for, and he was, I was saying I wanted to see a nade kill, but a stacked team against that nade, taking all 3 of them out, because they were stacked up so much from round to round, in the glass hallway, in
Yeah.
the basement on their side spawn.
To move.
They don't have a lot of room to move with if they just stay in their spawn.
Yeah,
They're gonna end up stacked up.
Third's moved out of
Yeah.
channel, is reconfiguring apparently.
So, how is Crystalline enjoying camping West Alley every round?
Yeah,
I was
he's
just,
doing a good job of it.
I was
It's
saying,
dedicated.
I was saying to Enron though, in any normal play, that would have been a sound move. Taking West Alley first, making sure no one can get there. When he got his deck pack as well, that was even more useful. In any normal play, but this wasn't normal play, and it was just kind of waiting there. But when you guys pushed out, he was still just bumming around there.
I did move him up to gain some ground, but he's a recon. And
Yeah.
he's there for the early round, and he's weak in the late round.
Yeah.
So
If he pushed into that spawn, they would have just gunned him down.
it's the shape of the game, really. The only
Yeah.
thing they might have tried was to rush West Alley, so get it before them. Of course, they weren't gonna rush anything.
And the match, I think it was round 7, something like that, when they moved into the basement instead of camping their spawn. I thought for
Right.
sure that you guys might get flanked, but
No,
Because they
we
didn't
did
do
it
shit.
systematic. Even if they did shit, we always had one watching the exits they could come
Yeah.
from.
you actually could have kept that ghost and locked down basement. They wouldn't have done anything up
Yeah,
there.
To
we could have.
2 or 3 extra viewers who've just tuned into the stream. To surmise, fuck all happened, and Afro won.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed about that. I actually honestly expected a good game from third.
I expected some left field stuff actually. I
Well,
thought, you know,
Well,
I
yeah.
thought because he's how many rounds is he going to psych us out, and then it's going to be some crazy recon rush while I'm slowly moving out of spawn as a support, nowhere near the action. But
I think
it
they
didn't
got 1
happen.
kill, right? In a game?
Yeah.
No, they killed me a couple of times.
But that was
couple,
post
yeah,
round.
that was after the round. Only one during an actual round.
Really? When I was in
Yeah,
East Alley,
it was
was
in
that,
the
was
East
that
Alley,
it?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, just that
Wow.
one
Yep.
and I capped him when he ran out.
time. Third got given a shotgun by one of his support buddies in the last round. Made no use of it. Just
Well,
went
was he
straight
an
into the
assault?
basement. No, he was.
No, he was recon. They
Recon.
decided to go for recon.
Oh.
So we thought for sure he was going to rush, kill somebody. But
Yeah.
no, he went in basement and just camped.
Yeah.
Third?
Hey,
Oh,
No.
third.
What
Well,
have
it's
you got
nice
to
to see you.
say
about what?
about that? A fucking, to be quite honest, pretty appalling play. Like,
Well,
it was
well.
difficult to commentate for it. And
I'm sure. But you're talking too much, then you might answer my response.
what's that
Pulls
song?
my tie. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I
can
coming?
you-
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay.
tinny,
Yeah.
but you're coming through.
Okay, I'll stop talking so loud. What had happened throughout the beginning of the match is my teammates were like so out of it. It was so funny. I told them the week before. I told them before I went on break that I was coming back, and when it came to match time, some technical difficulties popped up, and then of course nerves popped up. And NeoTokyo is not everyone's first game, so I had to wait for that to calm down. And then by the time we were playing, it was just
So,
guys.
yeah, is that why you were
still
kind of running
your
late?
nerves? That we had some technical difficulties at the onset, but throughout the match, do you want to ask me questions, or I just talk about the match? How's this work?
How about the logic behind just sitting in
Main
spawn the whole
question
time?
being, what were you thinking with that?
Well, we wanted to have support, and we were thinking that if you go outside, of course, you go into the car park, and then, of course, Crystalline's a popular recon. Well, actually, everyone on the other teams played recon. So if they came from the west side, we'd already be caught out in our doorways. So for first couple rounds, we're waiting and just seeing how to see their positions with the ghosts, and it worked out okay. And then I think the turning point. This is still. Am I still answering the question, or
Yeah, no,
should
go
I-
ahead, keep
Yeah, go ahead.
going.
All right. Well, the turning point for me was when we were in break room and we were in spawn, and still feeling things out. And that first win on your side, when I was waiting in the tiny room and you caught one of my teammates off the corner with that grenade, and that was pretty good, by the way. But any more questions? Like, why did we wait? Why did we wait? Because the recons would have pushed half the map, especially in the west. Um, Quickie shop mart or whatnot. You
Well,
guys
you
would
were
have
right
that
there.
corner.
Crystalline was there every round.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, right. I actually met him there. I scared him away. I saw him just cloaking, just hop off. It was so funny. But yeah, in my team, I just wanted them to be comfortable in what they like to play, and none of those classes moved fast enough to get out to actually find an opening, especially going to the east by the trucking and shipping. It would have been nasty. Um, I saw Afro's spot by the crates, which pretty much had Overwatch over the whole car park.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular spot.
hmm any more questions, or
Well,
just keep going on? But
uh,
go ahead.
one question was, why did you keep it up then? What if by the time they got 2-0 up on you, surely by that point, you should have known playing the same wouldn't have worked out. You should have. I would have thought you should have tried something, anything, to maybe tip the balance. I mean, I even thought an all recon rush would have taken them off guard and would have been something different. But there's playstyle remained the same until the very end. Not really any change.
Well, how it worked out in my mind was they were so used to a certain behavior, like they were used to us going to break room, or used to us waiting in the spawn, like around the corner, like by the elevators. That when we went to the basement, we could have came around them in the last seconds.
Yeah,
But it didn't work out like that.
that's because you didn't really move out of basement, and there's such a small distance of movement between staying in spawn and going into basement. It's still basically just staying in spawn. You're
Yeah, it
making no
was.
real ground.
Well, there was no way to make ground, as I said before. They were using the recon classes and whatnot. It wasn't a problem that I could have solved it with any other way except time in the game and
Yeah.
playing. And it's not everyone's first game, and um, I'm just glad. Actually, I still enjoyed myself because it seemed like they were playing extra cautious too. So that was a little compliment to the way I've been feeling this out as well. But the only thing I would have to say about the match is that I don't know if everyone was watching me on the last round before they actually won, but my shotgun shot didn't go through.
That's the
And
super.
Yeah, it's super
Yeah.
boring.
You just can't depend on it.
I know.
Mhm.
I know. That's the only disappointment I had because I feel like that would have been a turning point game that last
Oh, is
kill.
that when you attacked out of the basement?
When I attacked Crystal.
Yeah.
When I attacked Crystal, I shot him and I saw the blood and I thought it was over. I thought we had won the round, but then I died. He shot me back. That was so funny. I was laughing at my screen.
Yeah,
But
Super has a capability of just fluffing out on you at the worst times possible. It's a pretty frustrating weapon to use.
that
Where
was
did you get a
absolute-
super from?
Oh, I got
teammate
it from my
gave it to him.
teammates. Yeah.
Right.
But we thought you were going to try something pretty... Because we've seen that happen before, except when it happened before, it was Snobe who reached Lieutenant with a shotgun as recon and tried out a crazy recon rush. I was kind of hoping for the same, but...
Well, I mean, with a recon rush, you have to make sure you get the bounces right, and then you have to be coordinated. And it's not just like if I was talking to you, Ron, Spader, or Afro all together, and we're like, let's do a recon rush on subsurface, get the ghost, then everyone would know what to do. But there's that element of knowing what to do that comes with playing time in the game. And with this tournament, Rene has played
The hell?
in
Oh,
the
I heard
early
that.
day. Yeah, Renee's played in the early years, and Node's a fairly new player still.
Right.
So I mean, all these expectations have to not be thrown out the window, but toned down in the sense that we have to understand that we're
Alright,
experienced and we can talk this way, but not every tactic is going to make sense to every player, even if you practice it.
I kind of get that. You don't really want to throw new players against players like Spader or Afro. You want to kind of keep them safe. I do
Right,
kind of
but
get
I'm not
that.
right, and I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that it's so much time, like years upon years, because I don't know if Spader's played. Actually, Spader, why don't you answer this for me? How long have you played NeoTokyo?
I played for quite a few months when it came out in 2009, and then I didn't play for 2 years.
Yeah.
I played a tiny bit in 2012. I like downloaded it and played, and I was like, "Oh, screw this." And then when I saw the patch obviously came out in January last year, February,
Yeah.
and I didn't play until when did I play? July, August, or something.
Yeah, pretty late.
Kind of
And then
similar time
since
as Crystalline, actually.
You haven't played a long time.
yeah, but it's not
Right.
like I was totally new to the game.
I
And
hear you, but
I'm not saying I'm the best gamer ever, but I've never had a problem playing a new FPS like Red Orchestra Killing Floor. I'm playing so much CS. I don't know. I just don't play another like FPS game and totally suck at it. You know,
no,
I'm not gonna
that's
be the.
Mhm.
that's not. Well, let me change the time thing to frequency of play. Like I see you every Friday or every day that there's players I always see you on, or before I did.
I don't play
So
nearly as regularly as everyone else on here. I would say.
no,
Mm.
Yeah,
I
it's
play
pretty
maybe as
sporadic.
much as Crystal though, do I?
Crystalline
he
probably
played
plays
more
a
than
little
me.
more than you.
I think Crystal plays more than you.
yeah,
You're
there's
the by quite a bit least frequent player on our team.
It depends on my work shifts, and
Yeah.
sometimes I just don't feel like gaming, to be honest. But I can't, like, if I'm getting up for work before 5 in the morning, I'm not going to be playing in the evening. You know, it's just not
right.
happening.
Well, thanks for answering my question. I just wanted to say like there's a point that there are some levels of frequency in play that other people just don't share. But yeah, overall good game. Thanks for playing with us, and I had a really good time.
So is there anything else? Any other questions? Anyone? At all?
Well, I can talk a lot about myself, but you have to ask me a question.
We don't mean like just anything.
Yeah.
But
Wait, so
what
how's it panning out in the losers bracket? Have you got, who will Chi be playing, or is that not decided yet?
that's not decided yet. I don't think.
I wanna.
We got a match tomorrow against Baka and me.
Ooh, yeah.
We don't. I honestly don't know if Baka's team will even show up because Red's swamped with his new job and moving to the other side of the country, and little hoopty face not seen at all, and Baka quit active NeoTokyo players group, which to be honest I would have thought meant disqualification because if you're not in the group,
He quit.
yeah, he quit the group.
Hey,
But,
wait, what? Is Snob quit as well? I'm seeing his team, Team 14, the one that Tree beat on Engage, and it's got Sevilla, Sir Rexius, and TBA.
I might have done because he's got school and stuff.
Well, that's the team you'll be playing, if assuming you default against Baka, or
We'll
he
see.
defaults
So
He'll
against
be
you.
tomorrow.
playing Snob's team again.
Huh?
Is Third playing Snob again?
Maybe.
No, he might be Snyla. No, he won't, because he's in the lower half of the
You
losers
should know
bracket,
already, right?
and Snob's in the upper half of
I haven't
the
had a
losers
chance
bracket.
to check the thing yet and organise. Jerry says hi, by the way, Third. He was
Who's-
watching and he called you a fucker.
Ah.
It
Tell
was
him.
frustrating to watch that match, to be honest. I mean,
I think- I mean,
love
the
Oil
reason
Stain, and it
We
just was hard.
you can't beat the Space Marines Delta Squad. I mean, come on, Space Marines for the win. That's
What are you
I know.
even talking about?
That's what
They
they
are-
for third.
They are pretty close, but it wasn't a fear of you guys. It was just like trying to get my team under control. Because I don't need to talk about them anymore. But tell me what were your setups for the first couple of rounds, like with the classes.
Recon assault support through the game. We didn't change a thing.
Yeah, Crystalline always swears by recon.
No, I went assault for one
Right, you
round,
did go
2
assault
rounds.
1 or 2 rounds.